Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is HowFast. Today, as I spoke about a couple weeks ago, I need to get started on some maintenance on Hilde the E90 BMW. So if you don't know, I have a 2011 BMW 328i with X-Drive. It's an N52 engine. I love the car. I have driven the wheels off it, and when I said this earlier this week, that this car is the embodiment of me right now as a person. It's got the wheels driven off of it, the suspension is on shaky ground, the brakes are worn out, the car is completely and utterly tired, and that's because I do drive quite a lot. So along the list here of things that we need to get done, number one is there's a front ball joint that needs to be replaced. There is also a oil filter housing gasket that is leaking. The brakes are bad and the suspension needs to be changed. So today, first and foremost, I'm going to change the lower control arm / ball joint, which BMW, it's all one component. Now I've gathered up some tools here that I'm assuming I'm going to need to do this job, but I mean, you never know. There always could be something else. But I've got this pile of parts and pieces here. So here's the new piece we're going to be replacing. Like I said, with BMW, this is the ball joint portion down here. And with BMW, instead of having to replace the ball joint, you just replace the whole control arm. So it's really just this bolt and this bolt. And it just snaps in. It's not adjustable for length or anything, so it should just be a direct replacement. So Dudgy is in the garage right now, and I don't really feel like pushing him out. So conveniently enough, at the new place here, outside isn't like a steep gravel driveway. It is a paved pad that's pretty level. So I'm going to pull out the jack, I'm going to get the wheel off, and I'll catch up with you guys in a minute. Fellas, this nut right here is a 15/16, and the axle is right above it. I can't figure out how to get that off. I don't have a wrench that's going to be big enough. I'm really confused about how to get this off, so I'm going to take one more stab at it, kind of goofing around trying to figure out how to gain access to it. But if not, we're going to have to make a tool. Well, boys, we're back inside. I'm not sure how to get that bolt off, that nut off, without removing the axle or making a custom tool. So what I have here is a 15/16 impact socket. It's the only socket I have that's 15/16. It's not part of a really nice complete set. These are really expensive, so it's a real shame that I'm about to cut this thing right here on the line I've drawn, and then we're going to, hopefully, we're gonna wallow this out and weld it onto this and make a tool. I don't know if you can weld to an impact socket. I mean, I'm sure I could look it up, and it's probably can be done, and whether I have the right tools or know how to do that is yet to be seen. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to sacrifice this thing, and I'm gonna have to get a new one of these. But I'm in a little town. I'm now in, as if I wasn't already in a little town before, now I'm in an even smaller microcosm of Chatham, Kent, and it's a holiday, it's COVID, I have the car up on a jack and the wheel off, and no means to go and get, or know where to get, the right tool that I need. So we gotta make one, or try to make one. So bear with me, let's give this a shot and see how it goes. Grind both of these down flat. Now I got a not so deep socket. Still works though, I think. That should work. We'll see. Okay, so here's what we have. Open this thing up, cleaned off the surface of this. There's a little bit of a gap there to fill. I mean, I'm no welder, everybody knows this, but I mean, you only get better by trying, right? So I'll try. If I fail, it's a learning experience. Hopefully my welds will hold up. Let's give it a go. Now I should state that I grabbed this wrench because it looked like the oldest one in the box, but as I'm looking at it now, I'm wondering if it's got like a galvanized coating on it or something. I don't know. I'm gonna take this off and just like scuff this edge up and see if that helps. I haven't tried yet, but the feeling. Okay, well there she is, boys. Ain't pretty, and to be honest with you, at this point, I don't even know if it's gonna work. But once it cools down enough for me to get my hands on it, we'll go outside and give it a shot. Okay, boys, let's give her a go. Yo. Okay, fellas. Our tool here worked like a charm. I'm really proud of myself, actually. Now I'm just gonna take a hammer. I've pulled off these 18 mils that are connecting back to the body or back to the chassis, and now I'm just gonna give this thing a quick whack with the hammer. Should come out with a little bit of heat. This thing, look how bad this was just like worn out. I don't know if you guys, I'm sure you guys can see here. I mean, look at how oblong that hole is. Not long before this thing let go. So glad I'm doing this right now. Okay, let's get that new one in. Okay guys, same way the old one just came out. Not more than a minute ago. The old one's gonna go in. Or the new one's gonna go in, I mean. Okay. Slip this one up in here. Tap, tap, tap. New nut. I'll tighten these down. Okay, now it says you're supposed to torque these to 6,000 Newton meters, so let me just give that. There we go, 6,000 on the money. Beep. Yeah. Okay, boys, it's all done. Let's put her on the ground, go for a test drive and see if it's fixed. It's hot. It's a hot one out today. Happy Canada Day, by the way, guys. Happy Canada Day. Oh, and all our American friends, you guys have July 4th, so I think that's Independence Day. Happy Independence Day, guys. Let me get this thing down, go for a cruise. Okay guys, I'm all cleaned up. I'm gonna take the car for a cruise now and see how it feels. Well guys, I can tell you it feels much better here at speed, through turns, over bumps, no more knocking. Maybe the passenger or the driver's side might actually need a little bit of work in, you know, the future, maybe 6 months or 8 months or a year. It's not knocking by any means, but if that one on the passenger side was going, I imagine the driver's side isn't far off. So, like I said, I'll continue to monitor that, and you know, if it needs changing, it'll get done. I feel really good about today. You know, I kind of ran into a hurdle or two, and you know, it ended up working out all right. You know, adapt and overcome, and I made a tool, and it ended up working out well for me. So I guess, you know, if anything to be taken away from this, guys, just don't give up. You know, if you have something that needs to get done, and you know you can get it done, and something's getting stuck, just take a breather and step back and reassess, and you should be able to make your way through it. So a couple other things that are coming up on the car, obviously some suspension, some brakes, and the oil filter housing gasket. So that's a common problem on N52s. So if you guys ever have that problem, be sure to catch that episode. Until then, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. We'll catch up with you next time. Find out how fast I can make this car go.